I hate when people say stuff like this. I will tell you why after the video. However, when I hear people say stuff like this, it tells me that they are filled with their own self-importance.
45 years old, no job, no friends, no money, and living in a house on welfare. That with no hobbies. What should I do first?
Enjoy the rest of your life, kid. You let it pass you by. There's nothing I can do to help you. And that should scare the fuck out of every one of you young guys. It's on you. It's your fucking fault. Nobody else's. This is his fault. Asking me this at 45 minutes too late. Look at that situation and make for goddamn sure you never end up there.
I am walking my dog in the forest behind my house. I know I need to film more stuff as background images, but I have not been able to do it this year. But I think it is still better than looking at some 60-year-old man talking. My dog's name is Kenzie. She is a mutt. I do not know what she is mixed with. She is a very affectionate and gentle dog. She loves everyone. And she likes to make friends with everyone. Cats, squirrels, raccoons. She even tried to make friends with a skunk. What this man said is wrong. You do not know a person's story. Everyone is not born into a decent family. People who you can trust. I am almost 60 years old. I have lived all over the United States. I have met a lot of different people. I have heard many stories similar to the two I am about to tell you. When I lived in Arizona, I knew a man named Mike. When Mike was 28 years old, he hitchhiked over 1,000 miles, in the middle of winter, to Arizona so that he could get a real job. Up until this time, Mike was only able to get part-time seasonal jobs. Mike wanted some type of life. Some type of future. And he knew that if he stayed in Oregon, then he would not be able to achieve this. It took Mike over 2 years to save $1,000. And once he had the money, he started his journey. After Mike got to Arizona and moved into an apartment, the first job he got was working at McDonald's. He worked that job for 6 months before he got a better job working at Walmart. After being at Walmart for 4 years, they asked him to become a department manager. But Mike turned down the promotion. Because Mike only had a grade school education, he was scared to take the job. When Mike was in the 7th grade, his father told him to drop out of school. He told Mike that he did not need school. Mike loved his father. He looked up to and admired his father. So naturally, Mike did what his father told him to do. Years later, as an adult, only then did Mike realize that this was a big mistake. Another example is that I knew a girl named Tara. In some families, the grandfather is a doctor, then the father becomes a doctor, and then the son becomes a doctor. This is the way it was in Tara's family. Except, the grandmother was once in prison. Her mother was in prison. Her uncle was on death row. And her brother was in prison. Plus, her female cousin went to prison. And when Tara went to prison, she asked for a cell next to her mother. As kids, as children, we trust and depend on the adults in our lives to guide us and teach us to make good decisions. When the adults in our lives betray that trust, it can have a detrimental impact on your whole life. I have a friend who got her doctorate in psychology. She told me that people can be in pain for such a long time that it becomes their natural state. And because of this, they do not realize that they are in pain. Because they do not realize that they are in pain, they do not seek help. Plus, just because what caused the pain is no longer in your life, does not mean that the effects are gone. Or that it is easy or simple to heal or get past it. Sometimes, the only thing you can do is learn how to live with the emotional or psychological pain. Plus, as you are healing, new pain can develop. Such as anger, rage, resentment, frustration, sadness and sorrow. Especially if the people who cause the pain are the people you are supposed to trust. Such as your mother, father, brother, sister. Your family. Do not forget that emotional or psychological pain can manifest in many different ways. Such as drug and alcohol addiction, promiscuity, and self-destructive behavior. Take me for example. My pain manifested itself in speech problems. For others, this can be learning difficulties or a learning disability. This is why for some people, as they become adults, their learning disability seems to go away. Regarding the man in the video who asked the question, I understand his situation. I understand what he is going through. And I understand that it might be because of no fault of his own. I never look down on people because they are poor, or in a bad situation. I do not mind sitting down and listening to your story. I know that having a person listen to your story and try to understand can help a lot. The host or guest looked down on him. He blamed him for his situation. All of which made his pain worse. As men, we need to listen to each other. We men know that we get this type of treatment from women. What makes it bad is that we men also get this treatment from other men. Men know how it feels to have the pressure of the whole world on you, and have no one to talk to about it. From listening to many people across the United States, I discovered that most are not to be fully blamed for the bad situation they are in. Where is your compassion and understanding? The man in the video might not know how to improve his situation. No one might be able to tell him how to improve his situation. However, if I was going to give advice to this man, I would tell him to try and get a stable, peaceful home. A home where you know that once you walk through the door you can relax. A home with little stress. If your home is filled with needless drama and stress, then if an opportunity does come along, you might not be able to take full advantage of it. This is because your energy will mostly be focused on the drama at home. I know this next part is hard, and most of the time you might not be able to do it. But try and save as much money as you can, so that when an opportunity does come along, you will be able to take advantage of it. However, the one thing I do know is that if he gives up, his situation will never improve. Take me for example. I am in a similar situation. And 5 years ago, I did not know what I was going to do. However, from watching many different types of YouTube videos, I figured it out. You never know where inspiration will come from. I created 2 products. Since China is now closed, and most of their manufacturing facilities are currently in Vietnam or Thailand, I might be able to get these products made in these countries. So I am going overseas to find a place where I can afford to live. If I find a girl, then great. If I get these products made and sold, even better. Even at my old age, I never gave up. And for a lot of people, life is not a straight line. Things do not always happen when you want them to happen. Or how and the way you think it will happen.